Have you ever found yourself curious about those sudden bursts of insight or creativity? Wondering how they differ from a full blown spiritual awakening? Join me as I dive into the fascinating world of solar flares and how they uniquely stand apart from the transformative journey of a spiritual awakening. Let's go. Welcome to Empress Expressions. My name is Amber and I am the Empress here, and I welcome you whether you are new or you're returning. Welcome. So, today we're talking about the difference between soul flares and spiritual awakening. Not too long ago, I dropped a video speaking about solar flares, and I will actually tag that onto the end of this video if you're interested in that. But today I want to talk about the difference between the two. So, the first thing that I have here is the intensity and the duration, right? So soul flares are often short, intense bursts of spiritual energy, while a spiritual awakening is more gradual and it's a process of transformation. So soul flares are just like that sudden burst of like, I'm about to do this thing, right? Maybe you started a project and you lost the momentum of that project. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get this sudden burst of energy, of insight, of, motivation to just do the thing, right? And within a few hours or a day, the whole project is done. That's considered a soul flare. Now, a spiritual awakening is when it comes to intensity and duration, spiritual awakenings tend to be a little more gradual. It's something that happens over a period of time. It's little pieces, little things, little experiences, circumstances, little pieces of creation that come together that transform you over a span of time. So it's not something that's just like bam in your face like a solar flare. It's a little bit, more gradual. It's a little bit, it's easier on the system in a sense, right? It's a little bit easier on the system. So the second thing I have here is focus. Soul flares typically bring sudden clarity or creativity in specific areas, whereas spiritual awakening encompass a broader, more holistic shift in consciousness and perception. And the example that I have here, so for a soul flare is having a set and clear idea of a new business venture. And then a spiritual awakening would be you starting to see your entire life from a new, more connected perspective, changing your values and goals. So like, it's back to kind of like the duration and the intensity of it. They're two totally different things. And it's almost like soul flares are a part of the spiritual journey. They're a part of the spiritual awakening. And so, a soul flare is like, oh, I had this great idea. Like, I think we should add this, or I think I should add this to my business venture, or I think I want to start this business. And then a spiritual awakening is more of like, you're really starting to understand like the interconnectedness of all things and of all people, and how, your life is a projection of what's going on inside of you. And it's just like this beautiful, deep, profound unfolding that it would be left unjustified. It would do no justice for it to just happen in the blink of an eye. So it's this beautiful unfolding that takes some time, and the focus is different. The focus is very different. It's from a broader lens, a wider lens. It's, looking at maybe like an aerial view. You're able to look at more of a detailed aerial view of what it is that life means to you, what your existence means to you, and things of that nature. All right. So the third thing that I have here is experience. So soul flares might feel like moments of profound insight or emotional release, whereas a spiritual awakening involves a continuous journey of deeper self-awareness and connection to the universe. So like soul flares, that would be insight in meditation. You know, you go into a meditation, maybe you're doing your daily meditation and you have this, spark of insight on something. You have this download you receive. You have this knowing about a thing that's instantaneous almost, right? It's the flare of the soul. And then you have your spiritual awakening when it comes to experiences, and that's a deeper sense of self and connection to the universe. That is, it's almost in a sense sometimes a little bit difficult to actually put words sometimes to the depth of a spiritual awakening, because when you think about the universe, it's so expansive and so infinite that, I mean, how do you put that in words? Sometimes it's literally just an experience. It's a feeling. It's something that your cellular system takes in as memory. It's a transformation of, who you are, and a remembrance and a returning of who you've always been. So the experiences with a soul flare and a spiritual awakening, they're significantly different, but they are still like one and the same. And I really like the idea of kind of, soul flares are a part of the spiritual awakening process and journey. So as you may experience these things and as you navigate your existence, I want you to just be able to identify and honor, respect, be appreciative, right, of these different moments that are happening, but being able to understand the difference and understand that I personally believe that spiritual awakenings, it's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong journey because we are everything. We're interconnected with all things. We are, children of the divine. We are expressions of the divine. We are God, goddess on the planet. So there is always something to explore and to witness and experience, right? There's possibilities everywhere all the time. So when you take that into account, there's always a spiritual awakening happening, and you can't have existence without experience, and you can't have experience without existence. So just, really, I share this information so that you can decipher, right? I think that's the word I'm looking for. You can decipher between the two and understand how they work together, but understand also what's going on within you, and so that you can utilize it to its full capacity when these different things are brought to your attention and brought to your consciousness and to your awareness. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this gave you a nice breakdown of my take on soul flares and spiritual awakening. If you are interested in getting your Living Soul Numerology profile report, that link is in the description box below. For those that have heard me speak about it, get that report. It's game changer. I'm talking, it's going to like open so many doors for you, and just, I would just say overall self mastery, right? For yourself. And if you just want to know more about someone else, but then for those that have never heard me speak about the Living Soul Numerology guidance system, there's a playlist here on the channel. And so you can check it out. There's so much information there. And then, of course, you always have the ability to reach out to me. You can email me at soulwisdomcare@gmail.com. And yeah, so that's what I've got for you right now. I hope that you enjoyed this content. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the newcomers. Thank you for those that have been here from the beginning. It's so exciting to see the channel grow and all the different things. I'm really excited about the future and what's going to continuously unfold here for us at Empress Expressions. In the meantime, in between time, I send you peace, I send you light, and I send you love. Bye.